Well, hello again. This is Pam, and it's Tuesday, March the 30th. Welcome to the reading of the Record Courier. We'll begin our reading, as usual, with the area deaths. Arnold A. Engelbrandt, age 92, formerly of Suffield, passed away Monday, March 29th, while residing at Kent Ridge Senior Living. Friends and family will be received Thursday, April 1st from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. at the Wood Courtwright Burkowski Funeral Home in Ravenna, where funeral services will be at 12 p.m. All guests must wear a mask and practice social distancing. Richard Quay King Jr. passed away with his family by his side on Friday, March 26, 2021. A private family funeral will take place with a celebration of life planned for July 2021. Myra May returned to her heavenly farm on Friday, March 19th, after suffering complications from a fall. Services and final interment will take place at the Presbyterian Church and Grove Hill Cemetery in Hanoverton, Ohio on Saturday, April 24th, with visitation at 10:30 a.m. and service at 11 a.m. Joan L. White, 78 years of age, passed away Saturday, March the 27th, at her residence. There will be no calling hours. A private family burial is taking place at Troy Township Cemetery. Sally Ann Bogus Johnson, 84, of Randolph, passed away Wednesday, March 24th, at her home surrounded by family. Sally's wishes for cremation are being honored, and at her request, no formal services have been planned. Mary L. Wheeler, 89, of Streetsboro, passed away Wednesday, March 24th, at the Woodlands at Robinson. Calling hours will be from 1 p.m. until the time of funeral services at 3 p.m. Wednesday, March 31st, at Short's Spicer Crisplet Funeral Home at the Streetsboro Chapel. Julia Winchell, 98, of Manawa, passed away March 27th. Green Family Funeral Home is handling the arrangements. And that concludes the reading of the area deaths listed in the online edition. So we'll continue with our first article. Streetsboro water customers may notice discolored water on Tuesday. The Streetsboro Fire Department says a required fire pump test will be conducted at a Rosemont Drive business on Tuesday at approximately 8:30 a.m., and city water customers who experience discolored water should let their cold water run for 5 to 10 minutes to clear it. If after 10 minutes the water has not cleared, wait an hour and repeat running cold water for no more than 10 minutes. If the problem persists or occurs at other times, contact the Streetsboro Water Department at 330-626-2856 for further investigation. Fire pumps are located at select businesses within the city and must be tested annually in compliance with National Fire Protection Association standards, as well as other laws, standards, and regulations. The Fire and Water Department work to minimize the impact on the water system, but settled mineral particles will be stirred up as large volumes of water are flowed. Streetsboro approves money for fire station soft costs, discusses new tanker purchase by Caitlin McGarvey. Streetsboro took another step towards completing its new fire station and learned more about its fire department's plans to purchase a new tanker. Fire Chief Robert Reinholtz asked City Council to approve a one-time use of funds to cover new fire station soft costs, which includes items such as office supplies, furniture, appliances, and the moving of the station's 9/11 memorial. Last year I saw it coming with the new station, so it was already put in the budget, Reinholtz said. The money is there, I just need approval from Council. He asked Council to approve the request with an emergency because some furniture and appliances have a 6 to 8 week order time. The city is still exploring what it will do with old equipment not being moved to the new station. The money being used for the soft costs came from the equipment line of the Fire Ambulance Improvement Fund. The fire department was preparing to purchase a new tanker truck, but plans were altered in order to find money for the station's soft costs. Reinholtz learned that Bainbridge Township Fire Department was preparing to replace a tanker from 2006. A mechanic checked out the used tanker and found it to be in great shape, had low mileage, ran on diesel, and met the needs of the department, he said. Tankers typically get replaced about every 20 years, Reinholtz said. Purchasing the tanker from Bainbridge would be a superior option to refurbishing the department's current one, which was built in 1991. The 2006 tanker will be upgraded. Reinhold said he made a gentleman's handshake with the Bainbridge Fire Department chief to purchase the tanker for $100,000. It will need to be painted, but it will cost half of the approximately $400,000 originally allotted for a new tanker. Streetsboro City Council also approved an amendment to the city's contingency on the new fire station, increasing it by $20,000 to $95,000. At an earlier council meeting, Reinhold said he was told that the additional amount should be more than enough to cover any potential problems. Any contingency money not spent will be returned to the city. Temporary occupancy of the new fire station, located just behind the current station on Route 43, is anticipated to begin in mid to late April. At that time, Reinhold said the fire department will still do some work out of the old station, but will be able to move some things into the new station. Full occupancy will likely begin in May, with a ribbon cutting ceremony anticipated for the summertime. Ravenna Chamber seeking nominations for Raven Awards. It's time for Ravenna to consider who's the best of the best in the community. The Ravenna Area Chamber of Commerce has open nominations for the Raven Awards, which includes Volunteer of the Year and Citizen of the Year awards, and will recognize new construction, new renovations, and new businesses during 2019 and 2020. The Chamber also plans to present a Lifetime Achievement Award this year. Because the Chamber was unable to host its annual Raven Award ceremony in 2020, which would have celebrated 2019's accomplishments, the Chamber will celebrate both 2019 and 2020 at this year's ceremony, which will be adjusted to accommodate COVID-19 social distancing. The event will take place September 1st at the Ravenna High School football stadium, and tables will be spaced out, said Ravenna Area Chamber of Commerce Executive Director Ryan Kuchenbecker. Those nominated for awards and recognitions must reside or work in the Ravenna area, not have won the award in previous years, and not be on the selection committee for the award. The Volunteer of the Year award should be an individual or group which goes above and beyond, exemplifying the true potential of volunteers making a difference in the Ravenna area in 2019 and 2020. The Citizen of the Year should be an individual who, in spirit of community service, demonstrates exceptional leadership and initiative in their efforts to support the betterment of the Ravenna area in 2019 and 2020. Those businesses recognized for new construction should have built a new building or public structure in the Ravenna area during 2019 and 2020. New renovation honorees must have completed an interior or exterior renovation of a building or structure in the Ravenna area in 2019 or 20. The new business recognition is for any companies which have made Ravenna their home in 2019 or 2020. For additional questions regarding the nomination process, contact Ravenna Area Chamber of Commerce Executive Director Ryan Kuchenbecker at 330-296-3886. Main Street Kent to host Putt Around Downtown fundraiser on April 17th. Main Street Kent is hosting a Putt Around Downtown event from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. April 17th. Golfers will check in at the Kent State Hotel and Conference Center, where they'll receive a custom Black Squirrel golf ball sponsored by Hall Green Agency, a scorecard, and pencil. Guests are invited to bring their own putters, or putters will be available to borrow at check-in. Tickets are $10 per golfer. Check-in times are staggered to prevent crowding and allow for proper distancing, and face masks are required. Each group will be sent to their starting hole like a shotgun tournament. Participants are encouraged to take their time, stopping for lunch, drinks, and shopping during the round. The course will be situated within Kent's designated outdoor refreshment area, so adult beverages may be purchased at downtown bars and restaurants for outdoor consumption. The course will be set up at several downtown businesses throughout the district, including stops at the Dan Smith Community Park, where College Town Kent will host a hole, and Hometown Bank Plaza, where Leadership Portage County will set up one up as well. At the conclusion of the event, participants will be able to enter their scores online to be entered to win prizes. For more information, call Main Street Kent at 330-677-8000. Well, that does sound like a fun time to me. And now, refuel blood supply for a chance to go to 2022 Indy 500. The American Red Cross is calling for donors of all blood types, especially those with type O blood, to race to give blood and help refuel the blood supply. This spring, the Red Cross is teaming up with IndyCar to urge people to help keep the blood supply on track by donating blood or platelets. Schedule a donation appointment by downloading the Red Cross Blood Donor app, visiting redcrossblood.org, or calling 1-800-RED-CROSS. That's 1-800-733-2767. Or enabling the blood donor skill on any Alexa Echo device. As a special thank you, those who come to give blood or platelets April 1st through the 15th will automatically be entered to win a VIP trip for 4 to the 2022 Indianapolis 500. The Red Cross will also automatically enter all who come to give in April for a chance to win one of 5 $1,000 e-gift cards to a merchant of choice. Additional details are available at redcrossblood.org/Indy500. The need for blood doesn't take a pit stop. When seconds count in the race to save lives, it's the blood already on the shelves that helps most. More donors are needed now to help ensure hospitals are ready to respond to the needs of patients this month. Important COVID-19 information for donors. The Red Cross is testing blood, platelet, and plasma donations for COVID-19 antibodies. The test may indicate if the donor's immune system has produced antibodies to this coronavirus, regardless of whether they developed symptoms. Testing may also identify the presence of antibodies developed after receiving a COVID-19 vaccine. Red Cross antibody tests will be helpful to identify individuals who have COVID-19 antibodies and may now help current coronavirus patients in need of convalescent plasma transfusion. Convalescent plasma is a type of blood product collected from COVID-19 survivors who have antibodies that may help patients who are actively fighting the virus. Plasma from whole blood donations that test positive for high levels of COVID-19 antibodies may be used to help COVID-19 patients. Cunningham, Mills, Smith, Waldeck earn all Ohio honors by Jonah Rosenblum. As much as the world has changed over the past 4 years, one thing has remained the same. The last 4 winters in a row have ended with Garfield's Grace Mills garnering all Ohio honors. After earning honorable mentions All-State as a freshman and sophomore and third-team All-State as a junior, Mills closed her G-Men career with second-team honors. According to Garfield coach Aaron Gilbert, Mills is the first player in program history, at least, that he has been able to uncover through his research to earn All-State all 4 years. I think that just speaks to her work ethic and also, obviously, the respect that others have for her to put her up on that. Because when you look at the names, especially on this year's All-Ohio list, there are some pretty decorated athletes at some pretty successful schools, Gilbert said. It's kind of nice that we kind of get mentioned in the same breath with some of those schools when we're able to get players the recognition they deserve at that level. Mills was joined by her teammate junior Jenna Smith, who was also named honorable mention All-Ohio for the second straight season after averaging 18.3 points and 11.2 rebounds for the league and district champion G-Men. With Jenna, she was again, you say, efficient, Gilbert said. I can't even count the number of games that she was 70+% from the field and another 75+% from the free throw line. She just did a tremendous job with the touches she had, and she knew that she's going to work. They're going to get her the ball, and her growth as well to become more dominant down in the post was impressive as the year went on. And then her ability to get up and down the floor as well as anybody is her biggest asset. Waterloo hosted Jackson Milton, with the Blue Jays taking the win 76-56. Brooke Waldeck takes a shot. Waterloo senior Brooke Waldeck, 19.1 points, 5.5 rebounds per game, also earned honorable mention in Division III. Brooke did a great job, Viking coach Kevin Lonecker said. She shot the three well, put herself in position to score, and her teammates got her the ball and great opportunities. She shot the ball very well at times, just really shot the ball well from three at times. And when she was not doing that, she was slashing to the basket. A lot of give and go action. She scored in multiple ways, not just from the three. Wyndham Jr. Zara Cunningham, 15 points, 14 rebounds, 5 assists, and 3 steals, tacked on honorable mentions in Division IV. She matured greatly this year, both off the floor and on the floor, Bombers coach Jimmy Collins said. I think the greatest improvement she made this year, other than skill set wise, because she's always improving that way, is she was a heck of a leader mentally on the floor. The announcement of the all-state teams for Division III and Division IV girls basketball came Monday, with Division I and Division II to be released on Tuesday. Mills' journey to history started as a freshman when she was named the Player of the Year in the Portage Trail Conference and lifted Garfield to a league title. As a sophomore, she again got honorable mention after averaging 18.2 points, 6.3 rebounds, 3.8 assists, and 2.7 steals. As a junior, she got third team after averaging 17.4 points, 7.2 rebounds, 4.2 assists, and 3.1 steals. As a senior, her score dropped a bit to 16.4 as talented teammates took more shots, but her assists, 5.0, reached a new high and she was more efficient than ever. You got three kids that average double figures. Obviously, there's only so many shots to be had during the game, Gilbert said. So yeah, the efficiency did have to increase because it wasn't like some of the other players who were guaranteed to get 20 to 30 shots at a time. I think that's a testament to her and her growth as a player and basketball IQ to know that you need your teammates. And the Sheets plans to rebuild of the East Aurora location. Included will be the installation of 7 supercharging stations for electric vehicles. By Ken Lamers. In Twinsburg, customers of the Sheets gas station convenience store at 2495 East Aurora Road will have to find another place to patronize this summer and fall when the location closes for a demolition rebuild project. At the Planning Commission's March 15th meeting, spokesman Ryan Balco explained Sheets, a company founded in 1952 and based in Altoona, Pennsylvania, is undertaking a significant expansion in Northeast Ohio and will rebuild some of its locations. The panel approved a final site plan for the project, which is slated to begin about mid-July and take about 5 months, necessitating a shutdown. The site is located in the C3 Interchange Business Zoning District. Balco said the existing 4,700 square foot building will be demolished and a slightly larger one, 6,000 square feet, will be built on about the same footprint. No changes are planned to curb cuts on Route 82 and Twins Hills Parkway. The new site design includes parking on 3 sides of the building. The canopy and fuel pumps will be scaled back slightly, and the drive-through will be configured to allow for the expansion of the parking area from 39 to 49 spaces. One major addition behind the building will be the installation of 7 supercharging stations for electric vehicles. Balco said Tesla and 2 other companies are partnering in that effort, and the stations will accommodate all makes of vehicles. City planner Lynn Mutter said the variances that were granted when the site was first developed will carry over to the new construction. Our environmental team has thoroughly checked out the site with respect to the removal of existing gasoline tanks and has no concerns, said Balco. We appreciate the investment in our community, and we're especially excited about the new charging stations, said Scott Barr, who represents City Council on the Planning Commission. I think it shows we're embracing alternative energy sources. Meanwhile, when asked by a panelist about the status of the Circle K gas station convenience store car wash across Route 82, Mutter said she does not know when it will be completed and opened. Planning panelists approved a final site plan for the Circle K's 2.14-acre site in May 2019. The site formerly housed a BP gas station convenience store car wash, and its auto-oriented use is conditionally permitted in the C3 Interchange Business District. In other action, planners approved a final site plan for the 7,600 square foot addition at LJ Star Inc. on Edison Boulevard. A spokesman said the existing building was erected in 1999 and the new one will be 21 feet 4 inches high, which complies with zoning regulations. Mutter told panelists she expects a conditional use permit request for a home business to be used on the panel's April 19th meeting agenda, and noted a public hearing must take place before any action is taken. Mutter has no update on progress at the planned Mexican restaurant adjacent to the former Bob Evans on Route 82 between I-480 and Hayden Road. At the panel's February 22nd meeting, a lot split was approved for Phase 2 of Heritage Industrial Park on Dutton Drive. Plans are to build a commercial trucking facility on a 3.23-acre parcel of the overall 8.5 acres. A spokesman for the parcel's owner said a site plan will be submitted in the near future. And our next article. Northfield raises mayor's spending authority to $10,000 by Ken Lamers. Starting soon, the mayor will have the authority to spend up to $10,000 for village purchases without council approval. The current spending limit is $5,000. Council approved an amendment to the Administrative Code March 24th, giving the mayor the authority to spend up to $10,000. The resolution states money for such purchases must be available in an appropriate budgeted account or fund. Unless waived by council or authorized pursuant to Section 238.07b of the Administrative Code, purchases in excess of $10,000 but less than $50,000 must be authorized by council. The bidding process for equipment, services, and materials over $50,000 remains intact. It requires a motion or resolution by council directing the council clerk to advise for bids for not less than 2 weeks on the internet and/or in a newspaper. In an emergency situation, the mayor retains the authority to spend money in any amount to preserve and protect the health, safety, and welfare of residents or property, but he or she must notify the council president of the need to make those purchases. Finance Director Jennifer Potvin says increasing the spending threshold will give the mayor a little more leeway to proceed with necessary purchases without waiting for council's next meeting. Service Building Superintendent Jason Walters said limiting the mayor's authority to only $5,000 is insane, noting most other area communities have much higher limits. Other business. Council adopted the 2021 permanent appropriations of $4.79 million in the general fund and $8.1 million overall. The breakdown of overall expenditures is as follows: personal service $4.05 million, other operations $3.28 million, capital improvements $198,796,000, and non-government $580,000. Permission was given for the village to participate in the Ohio Department of Transportation's annual road salt bidding process. The village is committed to buying 925 tons next winter, and the cost per ton will be known after bids are received this summer. Walter says the village purchased 1,000 tons of salt this winter, and the salt storage bins are fully stocked. He said 2020-21 was not a horrible winter as far as snowstorms and salting were concerned. Council declared April as Autism Awareness Month and encouraged residents to wear blue and turn on any blue lights they may have on April 2nd, which is World Autism Awareness Day. Law Director Brad Bryan announced he, Walters, and village engineer Daniel Collins will meet soon to discuss options for a fairer way to bill businesses for water usage. We have obtained some usage and billing figures from Cleveland Walter covering several years, and we will analyze them and eventually bring options to council, he said. We've been talking about updating the billing process for many years. Potvin reminded residents that the deadline for filing federal, state, and municipal income tax returns has been extended to May 17th. Mayor Jesse Niehes announced photos with the Easter Bunny will take place April 3rd from 2 to 3 p.m. at the gazebo beside Village Hall. Treat bags will be distributed during the drive-through event. After discussing a sledding accident this winter at the Smith Park Hill, Council decided not to ban sledding there. However, the mayor was authorized to purchase and post signs at the hill stating something to the effect of "use at your own risk." "I was sad to hear about the accident, but I don't think we should eliminate sledding there," said Councilwoman Jennifer Domzowski. "It's a worthwhile activity for children. We have plenty of time before next winter to discuss some ideas for enhancing safety there." Councilman Gary Vochuk shared a resident's concern about not conducting meetings live in Village Hall. Brian said until Governor Mike DeWine lifts coronavirus pandemic restrictions about in-person meetings, Council will continue to meet online. And that concludes the reading of the Record Courier for Tuesday, March the 30th. My name is Pam. Thank you for having me in your home today. I hope you have a good day and stay safe until we meet again.